What if darkness never gave way to light in our homes? Imagine evenings lit only by flickering candles or gas lamps. Imagine cities without their glow, nights as long shadows. What if the world had never seen the incandescent light bulb that changed everything? What if Thomas Alva Edison hadn't invented the light bulb? How would history or the world be different? In this story, we will explore 8 pivotal moments in Edison's life and work. We will trace how his inventions and systems transformed modern life. We will then step into a world where his major achievement did not happen and ask how our world might look. This matters because the electric light is so deeply woven into everyday life that we rarely stop to imagine a world without it. But by turning off that switch in our minds, we can see how fragile our modern world really is. In 1876, Edison moved his research and development efforts to Menlo Park, New Jersey. He established what was one of the first true industrial research laboratories. At Menlo Park, he gathered machinists, glassblowers, chemists, and technicians. His goal was to invent rapidly, to iterate, to bring ideas into real devices. This place allowed Edison to work seriously on multiple inventions: telegraph improvements, the phonograph, and, most famously, the electric light. The lab model he created became a blueprint for future research institutions. Because of Menlo Park, the pace of technology accelerated. Edison's system didn't just invent one thing, it created an environment for constant invention. These were only the first steps of a genius. But there's more to the story. In 1877, Edison developed the carbon button transmitter for the telephone, improving on earlier models. His design used a diaphragm and a carbon element to vary current more sensibly, allowing clearer transmission of voice over wires. This improvement made telephony more practical. Though less famous than the light bulb, this work helped link the world. It showed Edison's pattern. Take an existing idea, make it reliable and usable. This foundation of communications also set the stage for his later electrical systems. Also in 1877, Edison invented the phonograph, a machine that could record and play back sound. This was the first time a human voice could be captured and reproduced, opening up possibilities for audio entertainment, education, and communication. It showed that Edison's inventions were not only electrical, but interactive. They changed how people experienced sound and memory. By proving that sound could be stored and played, Edison stretched the boundaries of invention beyond mere mechanics. In October 1879, Edison and his team at Menlo Park achieved a practical incandescent lamp with a high-resistance carbon filament. On the 27th of January, 1880, he received U.S. patent number 223,898 for an improvement in electric lamps that made electric light affordable and safe. His system combined the bulb, socket, wiring, and generating equipment so that a home or building could be lit by electricity instead of gas or oil. This breakthrough launched the modern era of electric lighting. People's nights changed. Cities glowed. Factories could run later. Homes were safer from fire. These 4 moments laid essential groundwork. But now we go deeper. In September 1882, Edison's company opened the Pearl Street Station in Manhattan, New York City. It was among the first commercial power plants supplying electricity for lighting. It supplied power to buildings and streetlights using direct current, DC, and proved that electricity could be distributed from one source to many users. This made electric light scalable and commercial. It moved electric lighting from experiment to everyday utility. Because of this model, neighborhoods, businesses, and then entire cities could access light. The age of electric infrastructure had begun. Edison did not only invent bulbs, he created switches, sockets, fuses, wiring, and distribution standards to make electric lighting safe and usable. His choice of 110 to 120 volts DC and his standard socket design, sometimes called the Edison screw, became the template for later wiring systems. This standardization meant that homes and factories could be wired in a consistent way. Repair, manufacture, and expansion became viable. It is not just the bulb that changed the world, it was the whole system around it. Without the system, the bulb might have remained a curiosity. As electric light became more available, factory workers could work later, and urban life shifted. Homes gained electric lighting instead of gas lamps. Cities expanded their nightlife. This social change reshaped how people lived and worked. Inevitable improvements in productivity, safety, and social habits followed. Electric light became a symbol of modernity. Edison's achievement touched everyday life more than most of his inventions. Nearly every person used it. By the turn of the century, electric lighting had spread globally. Edison's approach and companies inspired international adoption of electric infrastructure. His total contributions included over 1,000 patents and countless spin-offs. This means that modern cities, electric utilities, home lighting, public safety, work patterns all trace back in part to Edison's light and systems. These 8 moments didn't just define one life, they reshaped the future of humanity. Summing up, Edison's work built an electrical world. The light bulb and the network around it changed how we sleep, how we work, how cities breathe at night. His invention touched almost every corner of modern life. If Edison had never invented the light bulb, what might our world look like? In that alternate world, we might still rely on gas lamps or candles for indoor light. Cities might be dimmers at night, social life curtailed after dusk. Factories would stop when daylight faded. Nighttime crime might be higher because lighting was poorer. Evening education and reading might be limited by weak illumination. Electric utilities might still exist eventually through other inventors, but the delay could have been decades. The pace of urbanization and industrial growth might have slowed. Modern electronics, computers, and screens might still exist, but they might be smaller, later, and more expensive, because reliable lighting and wiring came later. Our homes might have exposed wiring of another kind, or alternate lighting systems like gas or oil might remain dominant. The environmental and safety improvements that came with electrification might have been delayed. Every idea changes the world. Imagine if this one never happened. Thank you for watching this journey through possibility. If you enjoyed this video, then consider subscribing and clicking the bell to explore more what-if scenarios with us at IS Predictor.